Today, Baba is saying that in the world, people talk about God as the Supreme One, but they say He's Paramatma, but they don't understand that that Supreme One is my Father. And Baba says, although, sometimes they would say that He's Parampita, He's the Supreme Father, but still it would not be with understanding. Yes. And Baba says that, if there was this understanding, then the intellect would sparkle. And you see, it in the world also, people have a lot of intoxication about who their father is. Yes, because, and in Delhi, there is this thing they say, you don't know who my father is. So you see that Baba also says that this is a very big intoxication. And when somebody is an orphan, they have to constantly seek everything from someone. There is no natural flow of things. The sustenance, the gifts, the treasures, whatever, when we are born to parents, we take a lot of things for granted. And we know that this is going to be there, and that is called birthright. So there are two things associated with parents, especially father. One is birthright and another is inheritance. And you have a lot of intoxication of your birthright. Yes. For example, if you are born in a certain environment and you have been given certain facilities since birth, then you take it for granted many times because you know that this is there. You cannot imagine, life without those things. And you don't think that they are separable. You never think about begging for them or seeking them because they are there. And then there is the intoxication of inheritance. What property the parents are going to leave for you. Yes, so I remember there was this 15-year-old boy, and he stole something from his house. And when the parents said, "Why did you steal it?" So he said, "This is all mine. I'm your only son." So this is a bad example, but you see, this is how much the intoxication is. That this is mine, and then in the future also it belongs to me. And there is a very beautiful saying that you never worry if you trust your father. Because when until and unless we become very body conscious, so as we grow up, we become body conscious, more and more body conscious. But when we are children, we are so assured and carefree that parents are there and they will take care. You don't worry about things. So, this carefree state, this intoxication of the birthright, intoxication of inheritance, it also it all comes with this one experience, with the experience of this one relationship, the relationship of father and child, or parents and children. And Baba says that in the truth is that God, the Almighty, the ocean of virtues, the creator of heaven, heavenly Godfather is my father, and I am a soul. But the soul has forgotten it. And that is why, there is no intoxication that when my father is the ocean of peace, I am the master ocean of peace. And that is why we keep looking for treasures that are our birthright. So Baba says, it is just a matter of realization of who you are and who you belong to. Yes, and just imagine a scenario where there's a very rich father, and then the child gets separated from the father, and the child lives many years of his life in the consciousness that I'm poor. And then suddenly, the father and the child unite. And when the child unites, it would take some time for the child to again have the consciousness that my father is rich and I am the natural heir. Yes, but so this is the story that we are living. So I am a soul, and I am the child of the ocean of virtues, ocean of powers, and I am the one who is entitled to the inheritance of heaven every cycle, but I have forgotten it. And after forgetting, I have also, reprogrammed myself into thinking that God is someone who is high and mighty, and I am someone who is, worth nothing. So I have forgotten the relationship. I have given up on the intoxication. And now Baba says, I give you my introduction again. I come and tell you that I am the father and you are the child, and you are just like me. And there is a story, about this thing that there was an eagle that lays egg amongst chickens, and then the eaglet it grew amongst chickens, and then the chickens couldn't fly. So the eaglet thought, I also can't fly. And it never tried because it thought that I can only do as much as these other people around me can do. But then one day the eaglet saw an eagle flying high in the sky. And then the eaglet had a thought that, why am I looking like this one? And then the eaglet had many thoughts about, our wings are the same and we look the same, and that one is flying very high. So why can't I fly high? So maybe because I've never tried. So then it opens its wings and tries to fly, and then from that day onwards, it doesn't belong to the land, it belongs to the sky. So Baba says, this is our story. And when Baba comes, Baba reminds that you are not a body, and you are not limited by the physical limitations that you think you're limited by. And the other day I was seeing a video where there is this horse rider, and what he does is he doesn't have a strap. He's just putting his hand around the horse, and just like he prepares the horse for a ride, he doesn't have any instrument, but he's just doing it in a very figurative way. And then he just like one holds the strap and takes the horse ahead. He's just moving his hand and the horse is walking. And it was very interesting to watch because you see, it is all in the mind. And I like this very much when they say, you can if you think you can, and you can't if you think you can't. We are all limited by our programming and our sanskars. And Baba says, now I am telling you the truth that I am the Father and you are the soul, and you are just like me. I am the ocean of peace. You are the master ocean of peace. I am the ocean of purity. You are also full of purity. I am the master ocean of love. You are also the child, the master ocean of love. So Baba says, you have to again think about this. Sit in the awareness, because most important is awareness. And awareness is created when you churn on something. Yes, just think about so many things that were not in your awareness some time back. Yes, and then when you were given information about it and you started thinking about it, then it became part of your awareness. Yes, for example, when we were children, we didn't have caste bias, religion bias, because we had no information about it. And then slowly, gradually, you are informed about it, and then you start thinking about it, and that bias grows. And then the more information you feed into yourself, the bias grows like, huge. So many things that were not in our awareness have come to our awareness. And in the world, the more awareness you have, the more vicious you become. Yes, because you are having the awareness of, all the wrong things, and the, awareness of the tamo pradhan world. And the more you know about it, the more your fear, your anxiety, your, feeling of uncertainty, your vices are growing. And Baba says, here I am giving you the awareness of who you are and who you belong to really. And Baba says, just build that awareness. Think about it. The more you think about it, a knowing becomes an awareness. So it will change from information to awareness. And Baba says that just think about, you are not the body. The body is born to a body, but you are a soul. And the parent of the soul is me, Baba. And you are just like me. And then Baba says, you also should have the intoxication of inheritance, that my Baba is the creator of heaven. So you see, if somebody questioned a child, how do you know this property is going to belong to you? Then it's very simple. The child knows this belongs to my father, so it belongs to me. My father created it, so it belongs to me. So Baba says, my father is the creator of heaven, so I definitely belong to heaven. And that intoxication, Baba says, now we need to have. But how will I have that intoxication? Yes, when I follow Baba's Srimad. Yes, and when I have, so you see, any kind of trust. And I was just thinking about this thing the other day, that people talk a lot about trust these days. But trust is not a product of what the other person's attitude or behavior towards you is. Trust is about what you contribute in that relationship. Yes. And if you are lying in a relationship, then you can never have the trust that the other person is truthful to you. And if you are truthful in a relationship, then even if the other person is lying, you don't believe it. You have trust that this other person will, follow suit, and they will be truthful to you because you are truthful to them. So, so basically, we are all projecting whatever our thoughts, feelings, attitude, action is, we project it onto situations, relationships, and we say that this person is behaving like this or they're going to behave. But how do you know that? Because you are interpreting it in that way. And why are you interpreting it that way? Because you are doing that thing. Yes. So you see, if there's a child and that child is very sweet and innocent, then the child feels everybody is sweet and innocent. Yes. And the child has more purity than elders, but still, you see, the child doesn't doubt anybody's intentions because the child has that purity of intention. So, Baba says that you also will have this intoxication of birthright and inheritance if you follow Srimad. And it is not something that uh, you can just establish by thinking about it intellectually. But so even if I start experimenting with this truth, let's say I tell myself, okay, Baba is telling me that you're just like me and you are the master of heaven, and let me suppose it is like that. Then I am his child. So, what is the quality of the child? The quality of child is obedience. So, if I am Baba's child, what do? I first obey Baba's directions. And when I obey Baba's directions, when I'm obedient, then I will have the intoxication that, yes, Baba's virtues and powers are mine. And as soon as I sit in the awareness that I am a loveful soul and I am a powerful soul, then all powers, all virtues will follow my command. They will emerge at my call. And if I have the intoxication that I will go to heaven and I'm following my Baba's directions, then Baba's directions are Shrimad. Shrimad makes you elevated. So, having the intoxication and following Baba's directions will make you the master of heaven. Yes, but if you're not holding Baba's hand of Shrimad, then even if in the class you listen, but your heart will say that maybe I'm not an eligible child. Yes, so this is what Baba is talking about today. And Baba today says that in this Brahmin life, everything of ours is incognito. There is no external show. Yes, so we are fortunate, we are the happiest, we are the ones who have the highest attainment, but there is no external show. It's not about anything physical. Yes, so what is your highest attainment, Baba? Can you show Baba? No. So everything is incognito. Our happiness is that I'm in confluence age going to Satyug. I'm in Baba's lap and then I'm going to be the ruler of the world. And both these things are incognito. So Baba says this is the time when you have no external show, and then you have everything in an incognito way. And you see, just like in the world today, people have so much external show, and then internally no attainment. Yes, that is there. That is the truth of the time. So Baba says, similarly, you don't have any external show, but you have every treasure, every power, every attainment, and it is all incognito. And then Baba says that this will then change into, when we go to Satyug, then internally also we will be full, and externally also it will be there. So Baba says, don't go into external show right now. You have to be in intoxication of your godly fortune and your future, which is, very high. And you see, people believe in external show. And I remember there was this one friend of mine, and she asked, so uh, everybody, when they go to the path of religion, they progress. So, where is the progress? So, did you, attain or acquire or this or that? So, I told her, let's not talk about me, let's talk about you. You gave your life to attainment and acquisition, and you have everything. You bought two cars, you have amassed a lot of stuff. But still, are you happy? So she said, no, I'm not happy. So I said, so I am happy and I don't have all of that. So then she said, but you see, again, who cares? Who knows whether you're happy or not? So I said, but that is what you always know, is it not? Yes. So, somebody may see your car or may not see your car. But whether you are happy or not, you see constantly. You are always in touch with your feelings and your state of mind. So Baba says this is our attainment in Sangam Yuga. And Baba says everything of ours is super sensuous. And because, external attainment is not real attainment right now. Yes. Those who have more are not happier, they are more fearful. Yes, because in this world, the more you have, the more you are scared of theft and loot and this and that. And or you have trust issues because you think that everybody is, and just think about, if somebody has a lot, then how do you know whether they are with you for you or for your property? You can't figure that out, and many people are struggling with that. So Baba says whatever you have according to drama is fine. Yes, so don't go into whether it is less or more, and just appreciate what you have on the inside, and that is incognito. And Baba says keep be in the awareness of that, be in the intoxication of that I have a lot of attainment. And Baba also today talks about our speciality in Sangam Yuga, that we know the cycle. And you see that if you know the cycle, then you can take advantage of the time. Yes, so just like you see anybody who is a farmer, and they know the cycle of seasons, then what they do is they sow the seeds that need to be sown in the right season and they reap the fruit. So you need the knowledge for that. And knowledge is, so you see, if a person doesn't have the knowledge of seasons, then you keep sowing the wrong seed at the wrong time and then no fruit grows. So Baba says that I have given you the knowledge of the cycle, and I have given you the knowledge of what time it is right now. And Baba says, I have told you that in Satyug you were elevated. Your religion and actions were divine. And then Ravan entered, and then they turned devilish. And then now is the time to again change your religion and actions into divine. So, this is the only time to sow the seeds of divine religion and actions. And what is divine religion? So, what is religion? Religion is not the rituals you practice. Religion is the virtues the soul holds. So Baba says the religion of the soul is the virtues that the soul holds. And Baba says when you were a deity, you had divine religion. The soul had purity. The soul had divine virtues. And then you became corrupted. So what is corrupted? So the soul got corrupted. Vices entered the soul. And you see, when we talk about, so in Hindi, there are words like dharm sresht, karm sresht, and dharm brasht, karm brasht. So what is dharm? Dharm is dharana, that which you hold inside. And Baba says, dharm sresht means the soul was full of divine virtues, of purity and every other virtue. And then dharm brasht means you lost these virtues and the vices entered. And when we talk about bhrashtachar in Hindi, we think it is something that people are doing. But Baba says, no, if you are dharm brasht, if you're vicious, then you will be corrupt. And your actions cannot be divine if you have vices inside. Yes. And do you know that in the workplace, when you are engaging in financial corruption, then the logic that people give for financial corruption is if I don't do it, somebody else will do it. So corruption won't stop. Yes. So when you lose your virtues, then these strange logics come up. And Baba says that anybody who has lost virtues and has vices inside, their thought, word and act will be corrupt. Yes, and they will have strange logic about these things. So Baba says that in order to go back to dharm sresht and karm sresht, what do you have to do? You have to lose these vices. Because until these vices are there, you cannot think right, speak right, act right. Yes, because these vices have their own logic. Have you seen how vices speak? Yes. Yes. How does anger speak? Anger says, if you don't get angry, then this person will continue engaging in this behavior, and then cause more damage to the world. So you have to be angry and stop that person. So, how do you fight this logic? There are many people who say that um, doing wrong is wrong, but tolerating wrong is also wrong. And then, how do you not tolerate the wrong? By, doing the wrong. Just like they are doing, you also react accordingly. So then you are not tolerating it. So you see, when these vices enter the soul, so the soul is the master of the mind, intellect, and sanskar. And when the soul gets corrupted by vices, then the mind, the intellect, the sanskars, everything becomes corrupted. So the thoughts become vicious, the logic and the reasoning of the intellect, it becomes vicious. And then the sanskars also, the vicious sanskars embedded in the soul, they emerge. And Baba says to again go back to divine virtues and divine actions, you have to remove these vices. Now, this is a very important thing to understand, because people think that you have to bring about change in the in behavior. People always think about changing actions. But Baba tells us that the seed of actions is the state of the soul. So if the soul has vices, then you cannot change corruption and this and that in the world. You cannot change corrupt actions, whether it is the corruption of lust or greed or anger or ego, you cannot change that. So Baba says, in order to again go back to elevated religion and actions, you have to remove the vices. And how do you remove the vices? So Baba says, follow Srimad and remember me. I am giving you the directions about how to go back to purity. And my directions are, whatever my directions are, first direction is remember me, consider yourself to be a soul and remember me. And there are many people who listen to Gyan in some way or the other, but they don't understand the practice of considering yourself to be a soul and remembering Baba as he is. And if you don't do that, then you cannot fill yourself with power. You will just know what to do, what not to do. But the ability to do that will not emerge. So Baba says that you need to finish the vices, because Baba gives us the knowledge of this cycle. And in the knowledge of this cycle, we understand that we were divine, and then what happened and we lost our divine religion and actions? Vices entered. So if vices are still there, you cannot go back to divine religion and actions. So Baba says, follow Srimad. Baba says, you have to get up at Amrit Vela, you have to engage in pure foods, celibacy and all the dharanas that Baba gives. You have to listen to Murli. You have to rotate the Swadershan Chakra. If you don't follow my directions, if you don't remember me, you cannot get rid of vices. So we always give this example that when you have to remove darkness, you switch on the light. So these following every step of Srimad or remembering Baba is like switching on the light, filling yourself with the light, and only then can the vices be overcome. So Baba tells us that now is the time to go back to that world of divinity. And because this is the time, sow the seed of following Baba's Srimad, and then you will go back to that world. So this is Baba's Murli today. Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today, Baba says that there are two things associated with parents. One is the birthright, and the other one is inheritance. And when you forget whom do you belong to, who is your father, then you lose the intoxication.
Yes.
And so Baba says we are all limited by our programming. And when he comes, he builds our awareness and just triggers the remembrance and our smriti.
Correct.
So we just then have that intoxication that who do I belong to and who is my father.
Yes. Okay. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti ji.
Yesterday I changed some settings of phone
Anji.
for safety features, and that's why I was connecting them.
That's
microphone.
No problem.
Yesterday I was thinking about Baba's that point of Vichar Sagar Manthan. We heard of it in pictures also. When Sagar Manthan was done, and Amrit and Vish both were released in that Manthan. And Sagar is our intellect, knowledge. And Manthan is that we know our good side also and bad side also in that. And basically, I understood that we all souls have good side and bad side both in soul recorded itself. And when soul is Sato Pradhan, then only good side is emerged in actions, thoughts, words, and actions. And when soul becomes Tamo Pradhan, it's vicious, then it thinks, speaks, and acts in vicious way.
Correct.
And this is Vichar Sagar Manthan. And when we keep on churning, we are heading towards our good side.
Yes.
We are daily awakening that good side. That's what I understood.
Yes. Thank you. So you have to churn about, your qualities, your strengths. And whatever you churn, it's like feeding yourself with it. So that grows. Anji. Okay. Om
Thank
Shanti.
you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Hanji. Bolo Amritavan. Hanji.
Today today Baba is telling us about that everything is ours is in incognito mode, and there is nothing to show externally, and our every power and our every treasure and every virtue that is in incognito mode, and we should be keep in our awareness that we have this godly that godly fortune we have in our life, and the future fortune we have to keep in our mind. Actually, we have to keep it in an awareness state.
Yes. Okay.
And Baba is also speaking that the speciality of Sangam Yuga is that we know about the cycle, about the world cycle, and we know the information, like we know the knowledge that how that we were divine in the beginning and how we got corrupted when vices entered into us. And unless the vices are removed, we cannot become divine, and this can only happen when we will follow God's Srimad, follow Baba's direction, and we should be in remembrance of Baba.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
The intoxication that you talked about, belonging to Baba and being child of Baba, Baba being our Father, God Almighty. So this, when you apply in practical life, something when you feel low and when you think, how will you do this? It's such a tremendous task and all. And the moment you bring in your awareness that whose child I am, I'm God Almighty's child,
Correct.
and your aura itself, the energy itself changes, and automatically things follow, and things are, and you get to know how to do that task, and you're guided so well that at the end of it you wonder how you did it.
Yes.
Sometimes it is like that, and
Yes.
this is the truth.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
I'll tell you one thing. So there was this, I think in Gyan Sarovar, there was this room number 13, which, was used by a certain brother for seva. And then everybody, there's this thing in India that 13 is not a good number. And then when that brother was asked, then that brother said, I'm the child of the Mahakal. And you're telling me number 13 can do something to me. So number 13 can do nothing to me. The number 13 should be scared of me. So you see that these are the things, when you know that you are the child of the Almighty, then nothing upsets you or is able to scare you. Okay. So anybody else? Hanji Angana Ben. Hanji.
Om Shanti
Om
Devi.
Shanti.
This is very nice. I'm the child of Mahakal. I really liked it. Devi, maybe yesterday or day before yesterday in Murli, actually I have a question. That is, in that Murli it came, ज्ञानी बनने का प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण स्नेही बनना. Like we are knowledgeable. It is the way. It actually the inculcation of knowledge in the धारणा जो बन रही है अंदर में, इसका प्रमाण मैं स्नेही कितना बनती हूँ. हाँ, तो अब from that day onwards for 2 days I was thinking over it. और मैंने बहुत सोचा, तो but somehow मुझे इसका जो रिलेशन है वो उसमें 2-3 ज्ञान के पॉइंट्स आ रहे, जैसे एक्सेप्टेंस अनकंडीशनली नोइंग दैट द पार्ट in everybody is already incorporated, so there is like I have no judgment feeling. ये एक पॉइंट हो गया स्नेही बनने के लिए, like to see everybody in the दृष्टि of स्नेही. लेकिन इसके बाद और क्या मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा है.
See, what Baba said is, being snehi is the fruit, being jnani is the seed. And after listening to that, what you started doing is watering the fruit. No, you can't become snehi by thinking about becoming snehi. You have to become jnani to become snehi. And what is jnani? 3 points. I am a soul, my father is Baba, and I have to go to Satyug. The more you imbibe these things, churn, and you become soul conscious, you stabilize yourself in the consciousness that Baba is my father, and you have this intoxication that I have everything, and I will have everything. Then you become a giver. Then you don't have to think about snehi. Snehi is a byproduct. Why does our love block? Our love blocks because, there is emptiness inside. So when you are full with this, inner attainment, then love is the natural state of the soul. Yes, so this is the approach. Okay. Om Shanti. Anji.
Maybe just taking a second, of course. Yes, just as Baba talks about the intoxication and who you forget who's your father. So yesterday, what happened is I was like amidst many things were going on in my mind. There are situations going on which I'm not able to handle right now. So I was speaking to a friend. And I was just sharing to her, and she says, who is a non-BK. So she says, Trupti, with like how much I know you and how much all the friends know you, that you might be amidst any problems, any situations, but your Baba is going to pull you out of that situation. So if you forget this, then it is a question on your spirituality.
Yes.
That was someone had throttled me
Yes.
deep from my sleep, that
Yes.
if she, being a non-BK, has this faith that he's going to come and pick me up, so why do I forget that?
Yes.
So that was really alarming.
Yes. So Baba always says that, the only challenge in Sangam Yuga is staying in remembrance, staying in awareness. So Smriti Vismriti ka khel hai. So when you are in awareness, you are powerful. When you forget, you slip into oblivion. Yes. So that is the game. So you have to, the only challenge in Sangam Yuga is remaining in awareness. Otherwise, we have everything. Yes. So this is the thing. I'll give you one more example about Baba being my father. So I remember there was this one big astrologer, and he came to the center, and at that time there was some BKs in the center, and do you know, many of them, they started showing him their hand. So, and when that astrologer said, let me also see your hand, so I said, no, I know my fortune, I create my fortune. I'm the child of the supreme astrologer. I know my Adi Madhyant. I don't need to know anything from you. So you see that, and I said, I respect what you do, but I won't. So you see that this is, you, if you forget, then you will slip into these things. Somebody will tell me my fortune. Baba is every day telling your fortune, but you will go into this. Somebody will threaten you and you will get scared. You've forgotten who is my father. So the whole game is of awareness. All right. Om Shanti.